Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor and today is another episode of the Taylor Talks Crochet Podcast. But today is actually going to be a little bit more of just a general crafting podcast. Today I have some non-crochet crafts to share with you. A ton of winter related garments. I wanted to talk to you about some project planning that I have for the upcoming holiday season. So if that sounds good to you, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I have a ton of content that's going to be coming out in November and December with making presents for people, and I am super excited to share that with you guys. So first off, I'm going to share with you the things that are non-crochet related. So I guess this is kind of like a planning thing, but I really want to do this embroidery hoop kit that I got for my birthday a couple years ago. I have been wanting to get into embroidery for a while, and as I talk about some of my planning stuff for presents this year, embroidery is actually going to be part of my stuff because I want to make some felt ornaments or other felt things, and I don't know enough about embroidery, I feel like, to be doing those things. So a beloved friend of mine got me this kit and I'm super excited to, play around with it. The little things, it's supposed to teach you a bunch of different stitches. So this is more something that I'm planning to do, but I'm sharing it with you here. I've also been coloring a lot more. I know that if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen some of my coloring, but I finished this one last week, I believe it was. I want to color more, but right now my room is a bit of a mess and I like to color at my table that folds out, so we're gonna have to figure out a little bit more of we gotta do a little bit more before we can pull the craft table back out. So this coloring book that I have is Secret Worlds, A Delightful Glimpse into the Life of Magical Creatures by Karen Sue Chen, an adult coloring book. And I've actually done quite a few in here. So actually here's like another one that I just finished last week. This one was really fun to do. And I don't have the Oohoo or whatever markers. I have the Crayola Super Tips. I really like those. I find that they work really, really well. And so my plan is actually to do this one here, hopefully within the next week. So I've been coloring. And then I have actually started on two gifts, one for my longtime friend and then my boyfriend's sister-in-law. I know I've mentioned before, but if you didn't know, one of my good friends from childhood married a man who had a twin brother, and that twin brother has now become my boyfriend. So when we spend Christmas together, obviously I'm gonna have gifts to give people. And so they are a bit more religious than myself, and I saw these really cute sweaters that said pray on them, and I thought, I have some material that I think would be kind of cute and feminine for both my friend and, their sister-in-law. So what I did was I took them and I, made stencils, and then I am stitching all the way around the letters. So I have these ironed on already, and I'm almost done with this one, thank God. I forgot how hard it was on my hands to be doing this. But so I did that one, and then I have the other one that I have to do. And this one I'm going to outline in yellow thread. So I've been working on those, and it's been taking up quite a bit of time. It's been quite hard on my hands, as I said before. I actually started to develop a little blister on my ring finger from pushing the needle upward. But I do want to make more shirts like this. Like, I bought some orange fabric to make one that says Tigers on it, which is the mascot for the school that I coach at. So definitely stay tuned for more crafting vlogs. I have definitely, while crochet has my heart and soul, I just need to mix it up a little bit. I have all of these things to create with, and I want to do that. You know what I mean? I'm also thinking about getting a black shirt and maybe making ones that say Pride on them. I do have some rainbow checkerboard print, and I think that would be really, really fun to make myself and one of my college best friends, like, shirts that say Pride on them. So I think something like that would be really, really cute for Christmas. So moving on from that, those are all of my non-crochet related things. I actually have a ton of scarves to show you today. So I don't want to take too much time per scarf because we'd be sitting here for a long time, but I'll just start pulling them up. So I have a ton of yarn in my yarn stash, as you may know. So what I like to do in the winter time, and I didn't get the chance to do this last winter, so I'm really happy to be able to get to do that this winter, is I take some of my extra yarn and I make scarves that I can then donate to wherever really needs them. So I try to look for project warm-ups where scarves can go to, you know, children in need, but there are also women's shelters that obviously need, you know, scarves, hats, mittens, like so many places. I live in Minnesota where it gets really cold every single winter, and I want to make sure that I can contribute. I don't have a ton of, you know, extra money, but I do have time, which is a very valuable resource. So I have been just using up a lot of skeins that have just kind of been sitting in my stash, and I haven't known what to do with them. As you can see, I have not woven in the ends yet. I obviously will get around to doing that eventually. I really wanted to make this video and I hadn't gotten around to doing it yet. So these are, most of them are made with 100% acrylic yarn, but some of them are also more wool blends. There are some long ones, there are some short ones, you know, just things that, this is also a really great way to help clean out your yarn stash. Just a really fun way of doing it. I'm someone who likes to do kind of like mindless projects, I call them. So that's why you see a lot of these are just double crochet, Lion Brand woolies, fisherman's wool. I have some Caron cakes in here. This is Red Heart. You know, I have all sorts of different things. This is Premier yarn here. Like, there are just so many different types of yarn that I have and I've accumulated throughout the years. And it's time to just, you know, use some of them up and kind of move them through, because I'm clearly not using them for anything else, but two, give back to my community in a meaningful way. I think, you know, staying warm through the winter is so important. So if you do have the opportunity, the yarn, the time to be able to do something like this for your community, I really urge you to do so. I don't know where I'm going to be putting these scarves yet, but in the past I have donated to Project Warm-Ups, I have donated to homeless shelters, and I also had a ton of hats that I donated to a woman to give them to cancer patients. So there's always an opportunity to give back, and you know, I think in these really trying times, giving back to your community can be something that's really fulfilling and something that can kind of help you feel a little bit more connected. So that's all the scarves that I have. So next I'm going to show you, I'm making a cardigan for Christmas for myself to wear to Christmas things. This is the back panel. This is just a pretty simple shell stitch, and I liked the way the bottom was with like the little ridges and stuff. So what I want to do is just, you know, very simple, you know, 2 front panels, and then I'm gonna make some sleeves, and then I'm thinking it'll be big enough where I can put some like cute little red buttons on there. So, but we all know I have a cardigan over there, still no buttons on it. Eventually we'll get there. I mean, it's so hard, like, Do you ever just like sit for so long and then you suddenly just get a burst of motivation? You're like, oh my god, I could take on the world. That was me today. Like last night, like all yesterday, I was feeling like so bleh, just not great. And then my boyfriend and I, we went on a walk, got some afternoon coffee, which I don't normally do. I got a medium, but I got the iced turtle mocha. Super good. I've never gotten it iced before. Normally I'm a hot coffee girly. But so I got it and I would just like sat down after we ate dinner and I was like, no, I need a shower and I need to do something. So I like showered, I washed my hair, and then I finally reorganized my bedroom. So I actually did take video of that. So when that's up, go check that out. I'm super excited to have my rabbit with me soon. Yeah, so now I'm just like, okay, I could do anything. And so today I've like sat down and I've just been filming and I'm doing really, really good. So that's the cardigan. It's not really like come to life yet. I'm hoping to maybe have it put together so that you can see it a little bit more for next time. And then the final crochet piece that I have to share with you is I finally put these together. Oh my gosh, I finally put them together. I'm working on the sleeve right now. I did make the sleeves too big, as I always do. I'm always afraid of like making my arms, like constricting my arms. I know that I didn't need to make it so big. I'm working on it. We're like decreasing and stuff. We might be at the end of our decreasing, but yeah. So this is with Wool Ease in the colorway Umber. I love this yarn so much. I honestly, if you were to ask me like what's your favorite yarn to work with, this Wool Ease, it's in 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and it is just so soft. It excuse me, I have another sweater that's made with this. It washes so nicely. It wears so nicely. It can be against the skin. It's not itchy. It doesn't hurt. Like I love it so much. So I'm really excited to have this done. So those are all like the crochet projects that I have done. Now we're going to kind of pivot into my project planning as we're going into the holiday season. I think I'm going to have this video go up on Halloween, so I'm sure if you are out enjoying your Halloween, you don't want to think about Christmas, and I totally get it, but if you are a crafter, like, you gotta get on that stuff. Like, these shirts over here, Christmas presents. I have many things that I want to make this year. I am trying to not buy as many things for Christmas. Like, I want to buy craft supplies and then be able to give people handmade items. So as I mentioned before, I would love to make more applique shirts is what these are called. I would love to make one for my boyfriend, a sweatshirt that has a trout on it, because our nicknames are for each other. Like, he calls me his trout and I call him my bass. Very funny. Like, when we first started dating, it's kind of the story behind that is when we first started dating, he was like, gosh, you are such a catch. You're like a 22-inch trout. And I was like, is that good? And he's like, I have no clue. Turns out it's not really that impressive, but the sentiment still stands. You know, he was just trying to call me a catch. It was really cute. I would love to make something like that for him. I've also been thinking about crocheting him a letter sweater like this for Christmas in the same colors. I still have some extra of the white. I'm not sure how much brown I'm going to have left over. I'll definitely need to buy more of that for sure. But I think that that would be a really fun thing for us to like wear on Christmas together. I'm also going to use these two and make stockings for Chad and I. And I think I'm going to do the toe, the heel, and the cuff in this like white color. I think that that would be really nice for the season. I want to make 2 stockings, but I mean, ideally I would like to make 4, and then we could have like, maybe depending on how much red I have left, I can like invert the colors for the cat stockings. So then the red would be the toe, the heel, the cuff. But we'll see. Right now I just know that I'm going to make stockings for Chad and I with these colors. And then I want to make, they're called like quiet books for the like little children in my life. Like, they are really, really little, between the ages of like 0 and 3. And I've seen these like quiet book things where you open them up and they have like finger puppets in them of like farm animals. So I have quite a bit of felt that I purchased. This is like packs from Walmart that I got for pretty cheap. So I'm going to use these, make those, plus other embroidery things. Like I would love to make maybe some ornaments for like my grandparents or like my aunts and stuff. Like if I can kind of like get on with that. And I have embroidery floss from other crafts and stuff. So I'm really trying to like use what I have, even though I also did need to buy some stuff. But I'm so excited for this holiday season. I'm really excited for all the crafts that I'm going to make. I am excited to, you know, just switch it up. Oh, I also want to make some polymer clay earrings for the women in my life. I think something like that would be very nice. Like, in addition to the shirts and stuff, like a really pretty pair of earrings. So just, you know, really stretching myself creatively. I'm really excited for this upcoming holiday season. So that's all I have for today, but if you want to join me on this crafty journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please, and give the video a like. Let me know what you've been working on. Are you planning on making any gifts for anybody this holiday season? Let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!